Hi, it's Sarah. I am doing a true bookshelf babble today where I have no plan but need to put a video up. The intention of these videos or are for you to have some babble in the background while you get other things done. You don't have to look at me, you don't have to do whichever. That's just the intention of these, is that you can body double. Grab a tea, wash your dishes, whichever. I'm burnt out from books. I'm not gonna lie. I tend to go hardcore with reading and books and then back onto school. And so I've been more focused on my school this week and trying to get that completed to where I need it to be. I did do another library trip because I keep putting them on hold and they keep showing up, and I'm falling very behind on what I want to read. I've been reading A Court of Silver Flames, and I absolutely love that story and love that book. I listen to it when I go to the gym and when I'm driving to and from places. So that's what I've been listening to. I've been watching a few shows. I watched the new Bridgerton series, hated it. I don't love it. It's not. I really liked Queen Charlotte and I really liked the first one when it first came out, and then it's just kind of become the same thing, and I don't know. I think I've seen the Cinderella story too many times. That I'm like, did I hate it? No, I watched it all. I think if I don't like something, I can't watch it again. I tried to rewatch Tell Me Lies, season 1 and 2, and I just can't because I hate Steven, but the show is so good that I like watching it anyways, especially because I think they're switching from the Steven and Lucy storyline to more Bree, and that's exciting for me. Bree and Pippa. Sailor's down here. I'm going to show her. Come here. Oh, see this? Oh, my house is just, my room is a mess right now. Say hi. Hello. Now she'll bark. The way that I have my light set up is actually crazy. So Tell Me Lies. What else did I watch in the last few weeks? I tried to watch my Oxford year, and I was not impressed. I really like the actor in it and I like the girl, but I think that's what they mean. I don't know. It wasn't for me, and I think for a lot of people it would be, and if this was a few years ago, I think I would have really enjoyed it. But other than that, other than school, I've been watching Just Trish and watching videos. I've been obsessed with Chelsea Handler and watching all her interviews. And so I have her book actually, or I got it from the library, and so we're waiting to see if I'll actually read that. I would like to. I still want to read. I have books down here. I have books in a bag over here from when I picked it up. I have the book that I'm trying to read, which is When the Moon Hatched, and it doesn't have the second book out. It's overdue, so I'm stressing about if I even want to finish it, but I've already read this much that I should just finish it, but it's overdue, and so that makes me feel really bad, especially because I have other books that are coming that I need to get. Let's grab the library books that I got. I didn't even make my bed for you guys, because who wants to do that if you're dreading to do something? You should see the lights set up. It's so ridiculous. I got a couple books about Japanese conversation, how to speak, kind of thing, because my child has shown some interest in going there, and so that's what child wants to do something. I will look into it. I went to the gym this morning and it was so good, but I sweat so much and I'm sore now. Let's see. Doop. perfect. I got Sharing the Light, Stories and Reflections by Monique Gray Smith. It's brand new. Oh, let's see. I don't know what it's about. Short stories, poignant reflections, and thoughtful questions that invite readers to pause and reconnect with their inner light. Okay. I don't know if I'll read that one. That's so funny. I talked about a book a couple weeks ago that I got about borderline personality disorder, and I read half of it yesterday. So when I say I haven't been reading, I read that one. I read half of it yesterday. And if you remember, I'm famous for not reading self-help. Well, we don't want to say that. Self-help books, because I don't know, they come and go for me, but I like picked this one up thinking I was going to pick through it, and I'm not. It's actually quite good. It's called Stop Walking on Eggshells. I got Circe by Madeline Miller. She wrote the author of The Song of Achilles. Oh, shit. I just realized that. You might see my last name. You know what? I don't care. We'll take it out from here on out. But, this one was recommended to me. So if I'm scrolling late at night, I'll get like, oh, you should read this. And if I'm interested, I place it on hold and I get it. And so that's how I end up. Chelsea Handler's book. I'll have what she's having. There is always, I think, I don't know, as somebody who is, not, romance and being in a partnership is not my number one goal in life. I'm focused fully on my education and career right now, that I like, if somebody comes along, I wouldn't say no, but I'm also not actively looking. And I think it's hard to find voices like that, because not everybody, but most people, they want to find love and, that be their thing in a romantic relationship. It's just not mine, if that makes sense. This is another recommendation. The Reader, book 1 of The Sea of Ink and Gold by Tracy Chee. Another recommendation. It's a young adult one. I haven't read young adult in a while. And I'm not going to lie. I'm listening to A Court of Silver Flames. And I'm at the gym. And there is some spiciness happening. I'm like, this is inappropriate in my ears. Like, I cannot be in a public space listening to this stuff. It just drives me crazy. So while my son had brought up that he wants to go to Japan. And I was like, okay, well, let's Google places in our city, in our country, about history of Japan, so that we can start here and like get a base, so that when we do eventually go, we have a little bit more of a base, if that makes sense. Then I looked into, and if you're Canadian, you know that there was some awful shit that happened in BC and to the Japanese people, and it led me to searching about, like, I wanted to know what the difference between a concentration camp is and like what's happening in the States. So I got One Long Night, A Global History of Concentration Camps by Andrea Pitzer. So just some history on that. Obviously, I know some of the more famous ones. What's the difference between them? And so I wanted to look into that. And then another one was Women Who Run with Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Woman Archetype. Or is it the woman? Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. Losing One's Pelt. So I've heard about this, and I've heard women be like, you need to read this book. And so I'm gonna make a shirt that says "and so" on it. Yeah, those are the books that I got this time from the library. The way that I just put them there, it's gonna make them fall. I want to read because there's some that are on hold that are going to expire quite soon. And I think it's, oh, I don't think I did. Did I do a haul last week? No, I did what I read last week. Okay, so I got more books that I rented. What did I rent? Like, took out? Hold on, let me grab them. Yeah, I didn't talk about these ones because one of them needs to go back already. Today, I don't know. It's a double. It's a double one. Neville Longbottom. No, Never Whistle at Night, an Indigenous dark fiction anthology edited by Shane Hawk and Theodore C. Van Elsen. Who's it by? I guess it's just by a few people. Isn't that such a pretty cover? I love a cover. The Cost of Living by Deborah Levy. It's like a living memorial or living. The guy just says ideal experience writing in womanhood. Things I don't want to know, which reflect deeply on the nature of gender politics and a life in letters. The Cost of Living returns to the same subject and to the same life to find a writer in radical flux. So, a woman writer. That one. Simply More, a book for anyone who has been told they're too much. Cynthia Erivo. I just love her. I'm very excited to dig into that. She talked about that on the last press tour. R.F. Kuang, Babble, an Arcane History. Everybody's talking about this right now. So I got this one taken out. And Good Girl by Aria Aber. I was looking up a specific term on the internet. I want to kind of keep it to myself because I want to write about it. And this book popped up. And this is the one that I have to read after When the Moon Hatched, because it's got holds on it that I can't. There's another one too. But yeah, those are just a few of the books. It's crazy because I have, I think, 25 of them taken out. And like I said, you don't always read all the books that you take from the library because, well, maybe some people do. Maybe some people like do it in a small sense of like, I'm going to be reasonable today. And it's like, why be reasonable? You can take out 100 books. You can take out 100 books and you can renew them constantly. For somebody who like has that like shopping thing or like that dopamine hit from shopping, especially with books and stuff, like I can't do that. You can't do that anymore. Books are expensive. But I do have to like put the disclaimer that if I like a book, like I read the After series and I got it from the library and I wanted to binge it all, so I bought those. Same with there's other books that like if I find them on sale, because I go to book sales and stuff, I'll buy them that way. But you can keep track of them just as well. I don't know what I want to do next. I want to finish When the Moon Hatched. I want to read more about Japan. I want to read that other book. This one. A few of those. What's it called? Oh, Sky Full of Elephants and Chlorine. These are all books that I'm very excited to read that I've rented, and I don't have enough time to do it all. I'm overwhelmed, but it is what it is. I also just, again, this is a place for library books to live, and if you need recommendations, they're there for you. If you need, I need to make this at least 20 minutes, and it's only at 14. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm doing this the same day because if you can relate, if I have to do something, I leave it to the last minute. I also have been back at the gym. Last week I did half an hour, or not half an hour, I did every day until my body hurt. And so I was exhausted. And then this week I added new exercise in, and so I'm getting my energy up again and my strength. But again, I'm tired. And yeah. I wasn't on Instagram this week at all. Didn't post much, didn't do anything. And so I had to stay away from the internet. I tend to fall into a deep, dark hole of what's happening out there. And it threw me into an existential crisis that in therapy this week, I was like crying. And she goes, we need to center ourselves. So if you are someone else that thinks that what the fuck's going on in the world is too much, no, you're not alone. No, it's okay to take a break. Don't feel guilty. Do what you can. Know what you can. And take care of yourself in the best way that you know how. And talk about it if you need, because we weren't all supposed to know this much. We weren't supposed to. It's a blessing and a curse to know so much about the world. It's not necessarily on a spiritual or religious way, but more so of a curious way. I have also been reading the Bible. I bought myself an English version Bible, and I started to read it because I do believe a lot of hate in this world is stemmed from this book, and we all talk about it, and a lot of people won't. We all talk about it. Some people read it and they interpret it in different ways, and so far I think I'm I don't know, 25 pages in. That's deep in, and I don't know. I'm not feeling what everybody's saying about it so far. It's more curiosity and from a reader perspective, and getting some history on the translations of it and where it comes from and what people say. I am not an expert in any of that. I am of the notion of you treat everybody with respect and love, and if they're disrespectful, you punch them in the face. No, I don't know. I think you treat everybody with respect and love and don't take any disrespect, no matter what. And yeah, I don't know. We all need hope and joy right now, and I'm not reading it for hope and joy because I don't know if that's where that exists. I think hope and joy exist within your family and your loved ones and random interactions you have. Kindness. Yeah. It's hard to say when there's so much shit going on in the world. So, yeah. Oh, I have books here that I need to finish reading. 18 minutes. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. You guys, it's just me. It's just me and my son who is going to watch this one day. That's who this is for him to see. And I'm kind of because I was raised in a Catholic school, I was raised with all of that, but I would think I was baptized, but I didn't have anything else. I think I was just baptized. And I went to Catholic school, and I thought it was bullshit that I wasn't allowed to walk the stage unless I graduated religion class. And I was like, and then that's when the religion classes became more interesting to me. You learned about the Holocaust. You learn about different religions around the world. And I just think it's kind of strange and like a setup, especially with psychology being my major and my major interest in life. The fact that you don't learn about anything else until high school when you want to graduate. Anyway, I didn't walk the stage. I didn't graduate then. Actually, I didn't graduate high school. But it's interesting. And I grew up with it. So I know the stories. I know the Catholic version of the stories, and I know the New Testament, but it's the Old Testament that I think it overtakes most of the Bible. It's not the New Testament. And yeah, just looking into it and how I think it's called the Torah in Judaism, and it's called, and I looked into like Islam and what they think of it, and that's fine. Like they respect it, right? I don't know. I feel like if there is any kind of like quick judgment you make out of fear on things, looking into it is a pretty good way to cope with it. And I think hate and judgment and fear and disgust and confusion can be really easily fixed by just educating yourself a little bit more on things. That's it. That's all I have to say. I am still a lover of books. I am still like treat people nice or punch them in, or if you don't, you deserve a punch in the face, basically. Or worse, because if, I don't know, the psychology person in me is crazy. Anyway, this lighting is atrocious. I'm atrocious today. I'm hoping to really get my drive going. I, though, need to prioritize. I need to prioritize school. I need to prioritize my son's health. That's another thing that I always forget to talk about. I'm up a few times a night with an alarm that goes off because the child's blood sugar needs correcting. So I'm juggling a lot of things. I'm trying to keep a smile on my face. I'm trying to mentally be okay with life. And I love books still. And they still are my saving grace. Not religious, but it sticks. Yeah, standing here, talking, yapping, looking at them all, and the excitement and the paths that I can go down, and the many, we're looking at my bookshelf right now, and the many beautiful pieces of art that humans have given us. Anyway, you guys, or me, or my child, I love you. I don't know, if I've never met you, I don't love you. I don't want to like start any weird relationships. And I think like if we have, no, let's not. Anyway, bye.